Hello everybody and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. We're in the heat of a very interesting double murder case of two detectives simultaneously at the same time. One in the head prosecutor's... One being supposedly killed by the head prosecutor and the other being mysteriously killed by somebody at the exact same time. Add that a confusing and slightly terrifying and intimidating chief of police, who seemingly is putting on a happy front despite some sort of deep darkness underneath, no doubt. And we got an interesting case so far. That's for sure. So, let's... The screen is black for me? Like pitch black, huh?
Mr. Wright, so, what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused.
Huh? Well, let's see. What is going on here? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death at 5 p.m. on the 21st. He died in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. Apparently, the victim is the same person in both cases. Black screen stream will be fun. I'm not doing. That's Red's. That's Red's thing. If we ever do a just chatting stream, I have this. I have this little thing. If I ever do a just chatting stream. Also, after Ace Attorney, we're going to continue and finish, finally, Fallout London. Which I will admit, streaming streaming RPGs like that, it's a lot more easy to do than stream visual novels like this. Primarily because I don't have to read out everything. So I can just actually interact with you guys instead of having to look back and forth. That's gonna be a nice little break before we get into Ace Attorney 2.
What's this? And the evidence room part. The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car.
Well, that's what we're going to find out. Or try to, at least.
Alright, let's do it.
She's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this.
Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright.
Huh?
Look, we're in this together, alright? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go! Science awaits us! You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares?
Yeah, it was only our victim who was killed in their evidence room. No biggie.
Besides, my sister would never do such a thing. I know it.
What if the... Okay. Hear me out, chat. We don't see the photo of the initial thing. But what if the person who died, Detective Goodman, was already dead, killed at the prosecutor's office, and somehow was present at the same time? That oil drum, was it empty? That oil drum, was it empty?
The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister erasing evidence at a crime scene? Never.
Amber is a fellow trans tuber that has been on the more recent streams since you've been gone anyhow. She's a good friend of mine. Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister.
That's not it at all. It's just, we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her.
Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there was blood on the floor or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away.
Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright.
Huh? What's that grin for?
This situation calls for one thing, and that is... luminol testing fluid.
Luminol?
Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water.
Thank you, Emma!
Even if you can't see it, it's still there.
But wouldn't the police already have done those tests?
Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try.
Me? Why do I have to do it?
I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet.
We're testing bloodstains with this stuff, not drinking it.
Here, look, I'll lend you these glasses.
Huh? You got an extra pair of those things?
Test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see? Press enter to spray on it. Okay, let's find us some bloodstains.
I can see your eyes shining behind those glasses. So, is this a bloodstain?
So... ugh.
Emma, you're shaking?
This is my first time seeing real blood.
Scientific investigation in action.
Okay. We definitely know that is a blood stain. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course.
What's odd about this, scientifically? The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little bit more blood?
I definitely think so. I mean, look at all that blood on the...
Once again, a body that was already already was stabbed would have all the blood being drained into one area, then in the other area, it would be, the blood would be, the body, if you stabbed it, wouldn't produce as much blood. Because blood would already be gone. I heard there was a shark here. There's two.
Look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe.
It is pretty strange. If they fought here, there'd be some more blood than this.
Hey, Mr. Wright. I'm gonna mark up the floor plans when we find a bloodstain, okay? See? I'm pretty handy to have around, right?
Yeah, this stuff's pretty handy too.
I saved up my allowance to buy that.
Fun fact about blood. Yeah, I hate how this case is really not painting me in the most perfect light because I'm mentioning how I know a lot about blood. Look, I like watching a lot of true crime, okay?
We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case.
Then let's drag that hidden evidence out to the light of day.
Yeah. It feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it?
Guess I should give this a spray. I guess I'll spray on anything suspicious. Ha! Oh.
Huh. I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Starr, you only trust your eyes, Not bad, you two. This day old deli box is on the house.
Sorry, it's just that kind of lead doesn't really get my mouth watering.
So you are a detective, weren't you, Miss Starr? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. No matter how hardened the criminal, when they faced me, they coughed it up.
Coughed it up?
They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know, I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be a real angel, too.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Every day I dragged dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect. And before long, they called me the pop-up queen. Oh, and here I thought someone had gotten food poisoning from your lunches.
And you were let go? Fired.
I felt that I found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. The SL9 incident.
SL9? Wait, she doesn't mean...
Certainly put me in a tight spot today.
My apologies, Miss Starr, but...
No, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that I wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry? You lied about on the witness stand. That's unforgivable.
Little girl, don't forget what's important here. In the place I witnessed, the events room was different.
I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman.
I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? Look at this badge!
It looks like a petrified piece of provolone.
Oh, it's not. It's my attorney's badge.
I think a petrified piece of provolone would fetch more on the open market.
Look, my badge isn't for sale. Not yet at least.
What do you think about this? The SL9 incident. It's written on that knife. And on that note. Goodman was the head detective on the case, you know? Really? That knife was evidence from the case. The murder weapon. It was due for transferal the day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected, SL9 isn't over. Not yet.
Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? Okay, so it's the same dialogue either way.
That knife was evidence from the case.
There we go.
If you think about it, I could have taken that picture from the guard room. But even if Even I get flustered sometimes.
So you went straight to the scene of the crime.
I rushed towards the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder. That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime. Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. Pulling my testimony, as it were. 5 minutes wasn't the problem, Miss Dahl. You lying was the problem. Listen, little girl. I've had my testimony disregarded before. And I wasn't gonna have it disregarded again. Just like that time.
That time? There we go.
That incident really opened up my eyes to the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable? To who? 2 years ago. It was the biggest case I'd ever handled. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. So, did they solve it? On the contrary. So they didn't solve it? On the contrary. It was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed.
Executed?
Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. Doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence. Not a shred.
What? But the criminal was executed, right?
On the basis of evidence, of a sort. Made up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved in the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen. Others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those. Myself and one other person you know well.
Wait, could it be?
Exactly. Detective Jake Marshall. Police Department Security Detail Officer Jake Marshall. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined. And then it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I.
I haven't forgotten SL9.
There was another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait, there's lunches you sell. There's only one reason I came sell lunches in this cursed office. I come here to meet old friends. Well, friends that can help me investigate.
Star's old boyfriends. How many does she have, anyway? Just when all the detectives on SL9 disappeared, we find new evidence.
There has to be a connection. So, rookie.
What?
It seems like you're serious about investigating this case.
Yes.
Then you should take this.
Salisbury steak lunch?
I know a certain guy who might help if you tempt him with this treat. Miss Dahl? Officer Marshall, is he are you going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me too back then.
This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective.
But now he's so cold. Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. I see. Thank you.
So Jake Marshall. Looks like Miss Sky is in questioning.
If the detectives aren't yelling at her. How did you kill him in 2 places at the same time? Can you imagine?
How's she supposed to answer that? Wait a sec. Didn't Mr. Gant say they arrested a suspect in the police department for murder?
Let's come back later.
Oh, looks deadly serious in here.
And there was a vicious murder of a detective down at the police department.
Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the prosecutor's lot at the same time.
Oh, makes my head hurt.
Well, first things first. Let's go check out the police department crime scene.
Yes, you sound dead set on investigating. But don't mess up, or we could wind up dead.
I doubt anyone wants any more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. It doesn't look like anyone's gonna help us much either. It must be the chief of detectives. He's glued to his computer screen. What? Detective killed in the evidence room? Tell no one outside of the police department. No! I told that old lady at the restaurant everything. Someone's getting into motion. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday.
Detectives are running around so fast they're blurring.
I suppose it makes sense. A detective did get killed here after all.
So the evidence room, the scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk. Here it is.
Just like a kid in an amusement park.
Ooh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look.
What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric.
According to the pamphlet, this guard station for the evidence room. There's a guard station for the evidence room.
So, that door is the evidence room. The scene of the crime.
It sure seems that way. Oh. Oh!
What's wrong? What's wrong?
It's those cacti. They're so prickly. It's so imposing. It's hard to think straight.
If you can't handle cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where's the guard?
I have a feeling I know who he is already.
Is he drinking on the job?
Look on the floor. A lasso.
Looks like it's set up as a trap or something.
A trap? Here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here. But the lasso missed.
You sure have an active imagination. Evidence room is beyond the door.
Let's just walk in. It won't open.
Thought it'd be open? I think we need someone's permission to go in there first. Texas.
There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. I bet we could use this computer to check on who went in and out of here.
This place has changed. It's frantic. This place is charged with frantic energy as always. Please!
Huh? Wasn't that...
One steak lunch, please! Oh, it's you! Detective Gumshoe. Now's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. Well, I really need a steak lunch from Lunchland.
Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale.
I can hear the sound of his heart breaking. Now's no time for the spare. We've got a criminal. Now we just need evidence. Criminal, you mean? You heard about the stabbing in the police department and evidence room, my pal? On the same day as the detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? And the perpetrator. Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested them, in fact. It's the biggest scandal to hit the station in ages. Everything stops at 30. That Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need a steak lunch. I need me a steak lunch pronto. Being around here talking isn't gonna fill my belly.
Wait, don't leave. You want to know more? Head down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later. He ran off to the evidence room. Well, this investigation is off to a running start. Still, I do feel better about things. A little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed the Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, I guess they did. I just want to go too far down the road right now. Things will just get more confusing. What was that? Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator? I'd say I was perpetrated against, sir. That's what I'd say. Hi. Greetings, sir. Wait, I know who you are. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere in the premises? I'm here, sir. At the request of the chief, sir. I got a report for you, sir. Officer Meekins, so you're gone here at the detention center? No, sir. I'm not, sir. I'm a lost little patrolman. Like a lost little lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report. No, sir. How should I say this? Wait, he isn't he? You, Officer Meekins, you didn't, did you? Perpetrator Officer Meekins reporting, sir. What? What?
Unless an unexpected turn of events. Look at this badge! Officer Meekins, have a look at this.
Go ahead, sir. Laugh at me, sir.
Huh?
I know what you want to say. You're gonna tell me how she has one just like it. Me? Why would I?
I know, sir, I know. I'm the only one who've had a girl with matching badges. Nowhere. I'm alone. All alone. Is that so wrong? Life isn't about high school sweethearts and youthful romance, sir. Is he talking about those badges on her coat? I like thinking there's a difference between my badge and a fashion accessory. Also, we're not dating. They're not dating, Meekins. I don't know if you can tell this, but the bitch is 16. Phoenix is 24. No. No, no, no. I don't even know why you would dare assume that. I didn't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? Killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right?
Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dog eyes, sir. If you have to label me as a perpetrator or victim, sir, then label me a victim!
I would, but you happen to be in detention, and alive, and well at that.
Ah, yes, well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that.
Do you know the victim, Detective Goodman?
Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily in the total stranger side.
So, you didn't know him?
Sir, I work in a tiny department devoid of light and all other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives.
Okay, so the reason why it took me a little bit is because I literally just got out of the shower. And I don't know if you know that, you guys I don't have a webcam on, so you can't see this, but I do a lot of emoting IRL whenever I'm doing lives in this game. And I whipped my hair around, and I got some of my hair, which still has, like, remnants of that shampoo, remnants of shampoo on it, directly in my mouth. That is not fun.
So if he was a total stranger, why did he stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir.
Draw an account for donating to RTG VTuber Commission 1. I mean, I already got a commission cooking up. I won't say for what, but there's a commission cooking up. But it's not for a VTuber. I just simply don't think I'm ready for that level of thing yet. In the future, maybe.
Sir, I'm a patrolman with general affairs, sir. Sir.
Oh, I can hear you just fine, Officer Meekins.
That's my business that day, sir. So I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard station in front of the room was empty, sir. So normally there's a guard at the evidence room? That's right, sir. Because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now, the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room on the... That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. A suspicious person.
What the heck is this guy doing? So,
what happened then? After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red, blacked out. And when I came through, I was here, in the detention center.
How long were you out? Days?
Might I ask what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no bandage. There was no one to bandage me, sir. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir.
Bandage his hand, just like Miss Sky.
Yet another similarity between this case and the one in the prosecutor's office.
First things first, tell us how you hurt your hand. About your hand, did that happen during the course of the crime?
Well, you see, sir, do you think you should just confess? Sir, but there was nothing I could do.
Nothing you could do?
Sir, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed out the knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious.
The next thing you knew, you were... Huh?
Then when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir. All alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared.
What?
Then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. Oh, the shock. Oh, the sour, sir. Can you imagine how I felt?
The victim's body disappeared?
That's some story. Well, this place is classy today as it was yesterday.
I'm sure it'll be just as classy tomorrow, Emma. Incidentally, Edward's not here.
I'm sure he's off doing important investigations.
Investigations, you say? Like Miles Edgeworth in Ace Attorney Investigations? Collection? Out on Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, PS4, and PS5? And, of course, on PC. Hashtag non-spawn. That was the worst fucking bit I've ever done on this channel, by a wide margin. I hope that's what he's doing. So I'll have to come back. Because we still need to talk to the detention center. Officer Meekins, this is for you.
Ugh! I'm scared of knives, sir.
It's okay, I just wanted you to take a look at it.
That's it, sir. Last night, sir. That's the one. I was an apple, sir. In my dream, sir, I was being peeled.
On second thought, you didn't have to look at the knife. He's overreacting to the knife, but I guess he's been through a lot.
Do you think you could take a look at this? Hey! That's it, sir. That's it. That's it! That's what? My head was blank until this very moment. But, sir, now I remember, sir.
You mean you remember what happened?
Correct! That card! That card was the cause of all of it.
This ID card?
Exactly, sir. That's exactly it. Nothing could be more exact, sir. Nothing.
I better pry into this a little bit deeper. Can you tell me what it is you remember?
Well, sir, you might say I'm a little lost little patrolman. A little lost lamb, if you will. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman, who was in charge of the evidence room.
And that's why you thought he looked suspicious.
Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to show me his ID card.
Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far.
That's right, sir. That's what I've been trying to tell you.
So you asked Detective Goodman to show you his ID card? What did he do?
That's the thing. Suddenly he pointed a knife at me.
What?
What? Sir, I assure you, I was just as flustered as you are right now. So I whooped him. I whooped and leapt at him.
Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him?
Do one to others before they do one to you. My father's own words, sir.
What happened then?
Well, my eyes, sir, everything went white. When I woke, I was here.
Right. So, Officer Meekins, why was it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma?
Let's look at what we know.
Well, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman, and the victim whom he met at the scene of the crime didn't show his ID card. In other words, he had no way of knowing the victim was really the victim. And if the body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't know if anyone actually died.
That's it, sir. That's what I wanted to say. That is, I did say something along those lines.
Huh? But you still ended up here.
They told me that it had to be him, sir. On that day, at that time, Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said.
But you don't remember the events clearly?
No, but the videotape is quite clear.
Huh? The videotape?
Well, the security camera. The crime I saw the stamp out. It's there. It's me. It's on the tape.
And you waited until now just to tell us this?
I'm sorry. Really sorry, sir. I hand over my badge. I don't deserve it.
No thanks. I have my own. Well, guess we better go check out the crime scene. I guess we're just gonna have to examine again. Maybe we have to investigate everything around here.
Just like...
Oh, shit. I'm not so sure I see the resemblance.
It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity.
She's talking about how her sister is cold and prickly just like a cactus.
There's a security guard uniform hanging up here.
Looks more like a costume than a uniform, honestly.
A leather jacket, leather pants, a leather... What was that called again? A punchy, a paunchy, a pinchy... I know, a poochie. Wait, maybe that's not it. It's a poncho, but I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being. Hey, Mr. Wright, look who's standing at the chief detective's desk.
It's Police Chief Gant. And you're sure this is all, You know what it means if there's anything missing.
Sir, I'm sure it's I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked all his drawers, lockers, garbage cans, bags, coat pockets, hats, under the seat cushion, behind the computer.
I see. Well, if anything does turn up, you can call me right away, deal?
Yes, sir. Let's score. Yes, sir. We'll score the place again, sir.
The chief detective looks a little flustered.
Oh, ha, ha, ha! Righto, my boy! How have you been? Swim much?
Oh, Chief Gant, reporting for duty, sir.
Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright?
Hey, Gant, look at this badge. I was wondering, could you take a look at this?
Ah, sorry, Rhino. I'm through with that stuff. Through, I say.
Go find that guy who can't seem to sit still out there, the busy one.
I can't sit still. Does he mean Detective Gumshoe?
You're him or the dancing blue badger. Is Edgeworth gonna be okay?
Oh, Worby. Oh, you know, they're doing a little inquiry committee with him.
Sounds like an inquisition.
Yep, well, they've had no end of trouble with the boy since last year.
The incident on Gourd Lake.
Doesn't look good having the top prosecutor sit on a defendant's seat, does it? And you got somebody else found guilty in that case, right, Righto?
Karma.
A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court, you fixed it. So he was caught for forging evidence.
Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence.
In any case, the prosecutor's office is a bit more... is in a bit more turmoil, you could say. Why, they do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what the inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy.
What?
It's downright odd, I tell you. The detective getting killed on their turf, too, I mean.
They are being prosecutors, I assume.
Scientifically speaking, it's impossible.
Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says.
What evidence is this?
No, Righto, I can't give away all our little secrets just like that. This in particular, well, is a little sensitive, so I can't talk about it.
I wasn't expecting much anyway.
You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets! Can't stand them. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the chief of detectives trap shut.
Oh, he was the one you got picking on earlier.
Oh, you saw that? Whoops!
Wonder what it was that the chief detectives wanted. He wanted the chief of detectives to do.
Let's see if we can discreetly ask him. Ooh, sorry you had to see that.
What did the chief police want you to do? We'll see you over there.
See over there? That's Goodman's desk. You want me to check it for anything that might be a clue. They took away every last piece of evidence from in the garbage in the trash can. Is there nothing belonging to Detective Goodman that's still here? Of course not. Well, except this. What? You kept something? Sure, why not? It's not important. You didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete. Lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something?
Date on there is February 21st. Better make note of that in the case. The note. Flip it over. What do you get? I mean, February 21, SL9. Okay, so there's no point in doing any of this. Maybe now we can go to the crime scene? Nope. What about my prosecutor's office? Nope. Is there anything we can give him? Maybe this new evidence? No, he's not looking. Can we show him the steak dinner? Blue Badger, maybe? Damn it. Oh. Actually, I was wondering if we could ask you a favor.
Well, I never thought they would come when Rido asked me for help.
I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room.
No, Rido.
Actually, I'm sorry, I don't need to investigate after all.
Rido, please, do I look like a selfish man?
Huh?
Heck, someone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50? I'd give them $50. No problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out.
Just goes to show you you never really know until you ask.
And for you, here, you can borrow this.
Hey, this is a detective's ID card, isn't it?
That's a special card for guests, so don't lose it.
Yes, sir. It's an honor.
You just run along and do your best now. Later, folks.
It looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think of it, a real ID.
You seem happy.
Yes, sir. Because, sir, we have to get into the evidence room now, sir.
I think this place is a bad influence on the girl.
And we have the ID card from Chief Dange. Let's just walk in. It won't open.
Ha! The card reader is turned off, see?
What's that security guard thinking?
Howdy, partners. Well, what's made my Bambina skies go so gray? Officer Marshall! Why does it have to be him? What's that? What's that? Why does it have to be him look for?
As you might have surmised, this here's my saloon.
We had to investigate the crime scene.
Yeehaw! Guard you got on your chest. That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts.
Yeehaw?
Well, what you standing there for? Get along, little doggies. The crime scene's awaiting.
It's the card reader's on again.
Look here, I was wondering if I could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you, hombres.
You're busy then?
Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you.
Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres.
That smell. Ah, reminds me of Texas.
So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas?
No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this one from my baby?
Yeah, start.
What's this?
What's wrong?
A filet steak lunch. I see!
I don't see. I wonder what it means.
Alright, Bambina, you win. Ask him. Anything.
Finally, it seems like.
He's willing to talk! Miss Starr told us something. She said you were a detective until 2 years ago.
It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of the crime. That's all God knows. Like a drinking hole in a prairie fire.
You're still investigating the Aston 9 incident with Miss Starr, aren't you?
That was my case. It's all solved on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it.
What case was it? What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times and no one tells us what actually happened.
There's some things you better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago.
2 days ago, the day of our case.
That's right. The evidence transfers.
Edgeworth was talking about transferals too.
Officer Marshall, you're in charge of the securities for the evidence room, right?
You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it.
Actually, Officer Meekins of the detention center told us.
Ah, that poor little doggy. Poor guy. Keep getting his name wrong, calling him Meekly.
He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station.
Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this. But since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it may not look it, but I lost fire for the job, you know?
So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place?
Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy.
No, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy.
There's no need for people here, anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place.
You mean the security camera system?
I don't take to machines much. Kinda like that stewed broccoli they sneak into your steak, you know?
Hey, that stuff is almost like good depending on how they season it.
I know what maybe 2 of the machines do in here.
Only 2 of them? There must be like a dozen.
Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well, I like them as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steak.
How? Steaks go perfectly with some good broccoli or cauliflower. I don't know what this bitch is talking about.
The easiest ones to understand.
No, I mean, Wouldn't be bad. If it wouldn't be bad, it wouldn't be bad. But perfect. I prefer broccoli with my steak. That's reasonable. I love cauliflower personally. Plus that stuff is like super anti-carcinogenic, which means that cancer, ha! You ain't getting me! You ain't getting me, buddy! I eat my steak alone? You just eat steak and meat? No sides or anything? Not even on the rare occasion some good old-fashioned mashed potatoes? Steak is tasty. Steak is great. It's constantly at a battle for my favorite food, but right behind crab. The only problem about crab is it's expensive as hell, and it's hard to find crab that is cooked really good. But there's a place in a nearby town that I go to around every year around my birthday, and around everyone else's birthday around in my family. We go there, get some crab, get some shrimp. Woo! I'm poor, so steak is fucking rare. Yeah, and it doesn't help that inflation is getting the price of steak higher and higher. And let me tell you, here in the South, even though the South does suck most of the time, the cooks here, they know how to cook! Not like the big chain restaurants like Outback Steakhouse or any of those places, but the small steakhouses that you find on the road, the breakfast places, they season their food so good. Oh my lord, I'm hungry. God, this is the most southern I think you'll ever see me on this stream. Someone's that Officer Meekins mentioned. What happens if the types are automatically erased every few hours? Local places know what they're doing exactly. In that place, oh my lord, when I say they have all of the good seasonings. I live in Texas, so it's big or nothing. That is true. I've heard that things in Texas are typically big. The accent was breaking through. Yeah, like I said, I actually do have a pretty... I actually do have a pretty small, slight southern accent that I try to push away all that time. But on occasion, it does slightly come through every once in a while. But when I say at this crab restaurant, when they season their food, they season their food. There's like cayenne, paprika, some good pepper, nice saltiness that comes with everything. Oh, I'm hungry! Damn! I never used to be a seafood gal when I was younger, but when I got older, I gained an appreciation for it. Now it's one of my favorite, if seafood is like one of my favorite, like, subgenres of food. Wait, if you were to add, like, if you were gonna explain it like, you would explain a video game or a movie, would you consider the genres the countries, or would that be the subgenres? And the regular types would just be the genres. The South has good food to cope with living in the South, yep. But fun fact about me, I am the best, what would the term be? I wouldn't say I'm the best cook in general. I'd say like I had to go to my Oma. But I am very much probably the best griller. griller, I guess. The best griller in the family. The way I season the stuff I put on the grill, it always comes out smoky, tasting amazing, got a nice crust on it. I literally ruin steak restaurants for most of my family. Girl can grill. I can grill, I can cook, I can bake. I can do all this stuff. I can cook, I can clean, and yet, I have still yet to find a girlfriend. Curse me and my luck.
Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they one of those tapes?
I reckon they might be. Security guard, and you reckon? One more thing. You go into the evidence room. You need an ID card. That's the card reader by the door. Card reader leaves a record of every ID card that passes through. This is the ID card record.
Hey, I've seen that somewhere before.
Sorry, Bambina. Can't show you more than that. I only found Sephi at 22. That does not give me hope. That gives me sadness that I'm not gonna find someone until 8 years. Wait, no, not 8 years. 6 years. Look, I can do a lot. I can do a lot of things. I can't do math. Math and I do not compute. Can you count? No. I'm great at language arts, horrible at math.
Huh?
I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet.
Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before.
Maybe there's some way I can get improved. The record is tied to the stabbing. But I am.
See this? This is the victim's ID card.
Ah, the one that was on the ground in the parking lot. The numbers on this. 5842189.
Officer Marshall, show us that ID card record again. Look at the fourth number, it's a perfect match.
It was used at 5:14, right before the stabbing. I'm about to get some DQ, probably. DQ is dying out. Sadly, yeah. But I'll be honest, Dairy Queen isn't the... When I think ice cream, I don't think Dairy Queen. Is that just me? If I want some good ice cream or some good custard, I'd rather go to Andy's. I don't know if that's a southern-only thing, so I don't know if that's, like, universal, but usually that's just my go-to place if I ever do want to get ice cream, which is rare, considering I'm not much of an ice cream gal. And I know ice cream, custard, technically different, but still. Don't be pedantic about it. What's the best ice cream brand? I honestly don't know. I like Oreo ice cream that was actually made by Oreos, not cookies and cream. Oreo ice cream. That stuff's good. I will admit that. That stuff is good. Especially when you get the big chunks of Oreo cookies in there. Woo! Had some homemade ice cream yesterday at Old Fort Boise days. Yeah, I will say this. Homemade ice cream is superior. No matter what. It just tastes... It tastes like, yeah, it tastes like childhood. It tastes like the first time you ever have ice cream. I had to be careful of not doxing myself because of restaurants. Yeah, that's reasonable. Usually when it comes to it, I just say a local place.
What's more, there's only one of them cards in the whole world.
So when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room.
But wait, what did Officer Meekin say?
So I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card.
So he asked the Detective Goodman to show his ID card? What did he do?
That's the thing, suddenly he pointed a knife at me.
My grandma used to make me an ice cream for my birthday. That's nice. There's a shit ton of restaurants and gas places.
I'm guessing your I'm guessing your hometown is more of a is less of a place where people go to stay and more like a place where people go to drive through. And I'm guessing you guys get most of your commerce through restaurants and stuff like that. It's a good strategy.
If he had his ID card, then why would he have pointed the knife at Officer Meekins? Alright, compadre, you win. Guess I can use this ID card record. Yeah, maybe I can show this list to the other people with IDs here. Sorry, but can you explain this whole transfer thing is about? Only keep evidence from solved cases in this room. Kept under residing detective supervision for 2 years. Probably find me small.
Yeah, that's rough.
So we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there's mistakes, see? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? Go sleep forever in that underground vault in the county sheriff's department. That's what we call transfer. We do it every February.
I see now.
Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's solved forever. Dead. Never to be opened again. Never to be reinvestigated. What happened to SL9 2 days ago? It's quiet. The investigation must be over here.
So this is the evidence room. It really is kind of like a graveyard.
Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue.
Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me.
What fucked up legal system do these people live in? A mix of Japanese, American, and some fantasy fuck up law system that we can't even decipher. The fact that I'd rather be in a American court of law right now than the Ace Attorney court of law is saying something, because our legal system here fucking blows. I like Gumshoe. What?
Sorry, I thought you were a ghost.
I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts in the head, pal. So is it true, what I heard?
Bueno, please, do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asks, sir, can I borrow $50? I'd give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate the room to your heart's content. Knock yourself out.
Hashtag shark pun Bianca 2025. What do you mean, shark pun Bianca? I don't even understand what you're meaning. It's not like it's not like it's not like ah shit. Well, fuck. Yes, shark. Yep. Shark mode Bianca. Hold on. I'm back. Back to normal. Let's put Sharko back on my head. Here we go. Yeah, that's true. So cheap, please God. Loan anyone $50? Even me?
Yes, that's what you're talking about.
Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today. Just for today.
What's for a day?
But guess what? You got permission from Chief. So you're the boss of the day.
Gee.
Thanks. First of all, you'll want to have this. Okay, I know this is another really short stream, but I don't know why, but my voice is getting really worn out. I can't really speak too much. I think Meekin's voice, which is trying to keep my voice out of like almost a scream, actually hurt my voice really bad. Ow. So I think I might have to take it for today. Ow. I think New Yorker accents I had in ya. It isn't just the New York accents, it's screaming the New York accent. But yeah, this will be it for today. I know it was a shorter stream, but still, it's over an hour, which is good. As for, today, Happy Father's Day to all of you, to all your parents here. I doubt there's any parents here, I'll be honest. Everyone here, unless you're a cat mom or cat dad. If you're a cat mom or cat dad, you count as one. So have a good Father's Day. Even if you're not a father and you're a mother, you still deserve to be lifted up today, because it is, of course, a day to celebrate parents. I hope you all have a great day. I have 9,000 cats. Dear God, that would be terrifying. But seriously, to all of you, have a good Father's Day, and have fun. This is Shark Queen, swimming off the shore. Ow, my voice.